Well, hello people. Again, this is DJ56 CB Seals here in Boston, Massachusetts. And I'm redoing this video over because we had the boards made. That board right there. That's an Expo upgraded board that will replace the L kit, the B kit, the C kit, and the K kit for a lot of the radios that have the PLL 8719 or the PLL MB8734, and also in conjunction with the 11.3258 crystal or the 11.1125 crystal. And this kit is only 4-wire hookup, and it's electronic switching, so it minimizes any type of drifting. Okay, you mount this close to, I'll explain to you, where the original crystal is. So what happens is, right here on this Washington, right there, I'm using this laser here, that's where the crystal, the original crystal, this one had the 11.3258 with the MB8719. So you take out that crystal and you put it right here on this one. Let me get this here, and you put it right here on this one here, okay? And solder it to the board, and then that's all you do is these two orange wires, you solder them back into that spot. And this red wire goes to anywhere from 8 to 12 volts, and this ground wire, and that's it. Now when you turn the radio on, you might have to switch out these wires. Okay, you might, one is a positive, like it's hard to explain, but one is the main side of the crystal, and it's hard to tell on the radios by the circuit. Okay, so, and it has 3 trim caps here, 1, 2, and 3. And just trim those up, go on AM, and use a frequency counter and trim it up. And I'm going to let you listen to these guys here on the lower side of 38. And I'll try to zoom in right there. And what this kit will give is, it will give 40 channels below 1. It'll go down to 26,965 to 26,515, and then it'll go 40 channels above. It'll go 27,855. So from channels 41 to 85, and you'll get those channels. It's just like a regular export radio. In the old Expo 100 kits, it'll give you 1 band up and 1 band down. I could have made this so it would accept 2 more crystals, but you know, going down that low and going up that high, these radios here are not made to go that width, but this is nice to have these extra channels. You know, you want to get away from the skip, and you want to go where it's lesser, where you can, you know, go talk skip, or if you got a club or you got another friend who has the channels, you can go off where it's kind of, you know, quiet and talk. And this will tune the AM and sideband. Okay, so again, the kit will give you 40 below and 40 above, and this one here right now has a 3-position rotary switch. So you can take any one of these switches out in the front, put that in, use the same knob, and it looks like it's stock radio. Or you can mount that any place you want. It's got like a 12-inch lead. You can mount that right on the side of the radio. Or you would have to notify me, and if you want this harness here has a 3-way toggle. Middle is regular, one way is 40 above and the other way is 40 below. So there's 2 different switches you can get. And again, this kit here is for the 11.3258, so it's got the right crystals in it right here to work in this radio. If you have the 11.1125, which I would need to know model of the radio, but it would be best to look inside to make sure what crystal you have, then I can put the appropriate crystals in that for that radio. So I'm going to put this video up on Facebook and YouTube, and I'll change the link because I have the links for the previous one. The other kit it didn't have provision. That's the other thing. Let me get my kit over here and get this crystal out and see if I can find it. Here it is here. On the Cobra 2000s, they use the large crystal. I don't know if you guys, a lot of you guys, techs out there, must have seen these here. These things are huge. Okay. That crystal there compared to the small ones. Well, what they do in the old Expo kits, they told you to, when you took it out of the board, to wrap wire around it, then resolder it back into the board and leave it lifted up. Well, on this board here, this is why I redesigned it, it will fit right on the end. So if you didn't have this little crystal, there is another hole there, and this here would go bing right in there, and bingo. You know, you don't have to do anything. Because when you take this out, it's going to be short leads on it anyways. You know, when they clip the leads on the bottom of the PC board. So, you know, the crystals are awful expensive. I'm in the process with about 5 companies over in China. Let's see, Germany, England, and they're all coming back with astronomical prices. I will secure something, and I do have an outlet for the crystals right now, but again, they're expensive. I'm trying to get something a little bit cheaper. I'm talking like a $10 difference. I'm trying to get them as cheap as I can to sell these. So anyways, again, this kit here, you know, and what I guess maybe the guys, I'm here in Boston, Mass, so it's kind of, you know, CB around here isn't the best. And it's good to open up the clarifier on here, because tweaking these trim caps and trying to get this to be dead center, you can do it like 99%, but that 1% could be, you know, throw you off a little bit on sideband. And it's good to have the voice lock so that if you track somebody, you'll be able to talk back to them in that same spot. The transmit and receive will track with each other. A lot of people disagree on that, and a lot of people disagree on putting these in. But the reason I have this kit now is a lot of people don't like to, right there. I do have also the other mod in here. Where is it? This mod with the 6-position rotary switch, which I put in, and that only gives you from 815, 26,815. It doesn't go really low like a lot of people like to go down to 26,700. They don't like hacking up the PLL board. You got to cut a couple of traces and bridge with resistors and stuff like that. With this kit, 4 wires, tweak it up with a good frequency counter, and then retune the radio for transmit receive, and that's it. You're done. The PLL is easy to do too if you know what you're doing. But if you're not good at cutting traces and this and that, people don't want to do that. This is just a matter of unsoldering a crystal, putting it on the board, adding the 2 wires, adding the ground wire, and adding the plus wire, and bingo, tune it up, you're done. Okay? A lot better than the other Expos. The other Expos were the opposite, where the crystals were on the switch here, and you had like a long lead. Like if you had that mounted on the side and you had like a 12, 14-inch lead, that whole thing would oscillate and change the frequency, and it would drift a lot. Nope, this one here, I guarantee you, is rock solid. It's sitting right there with less than a 2-inch piece of wire. You can cut these wires down. You know, you can cut them down to like 1 inch. That's all you need. If you can mount this close to that. It will come with a 6-inch. It's very stiff wire, and that kind of cuts down anything. So you can mount this up to 6 inches away. But wherever you mount it, you trim those wires as close as possible to add into the board, and you're done. You got 80 extra channels, 2 extra bands. You can go have some fun. Alright, this is DJ56 CB Sales here in Boston, Massachusetts. You all have yourself a good night.